Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om. In the third episode of Vedanta Shravana Sadhana Yagna on the Vivekachoodamani by Sri Adisankaracharya, we saw about the qualifications that are required for the seeker of truth to be successful in his pursuit of understanding who am I. And now, in the next series of verses, Bhagwan Sri Adisankaracharya begins to explain about the intensity. It is not only important to have those qualities, but those qualities, depending on our intensity, our finding the answer will be delayed or it can be faster. So that's 28th verse. Mandamadhyama rupapi vairagyena shamadina prasadena guroseyam pravruddha suyate phalam. Pravruddha, the phalam, the result of our search can be increased by Guru Prasada, the blessing of the Guru. Blessing of the Guru means blessing of attention, loving attention, consciousness from the Guru, from the Master who is guiding us. When even if all the qualities like Vairagya and Shamadhi, Shama Adi, Shama Dama, Uparama Stitiksha Shraddha, Samadhanam, these qualities, they can be Manda, meaning they can be very weak, or Madhyama, somewhat medium. Vairagyena prasadena guroseyam pravruddha suyate phalam. Guru charanambuja nirbhara bhaktaha samsaradya chirat bhava muktaha. Bhagwan Adisankaracharya says in Bhajagovindam, when we have complete faith in the presence of the Guru in guiding us through. Presence of the Guru means a live person who's walking with us on the path to show us the direction. If we are very blessed, we will have such a Guru in our lives. And when we have such a Guru, even if our capacity to withdraw from whatever is not self is weak or medium, and even if our the 6 wells are not so much accumulated, with the presence and the grace of the Guru, our search can be deepened. It cannot happen completely. We are only supposed to take the effort and do what we need to do. The Guru cannot do it for us. But when the Guru's support and help is there, we would naturally feel inspired to go on the path, and we will be able to be successful also. In the subsequent verses, he says, Bhagwan Adisankaracharya ji says about what happens in the difference of gradation in Vairagyam, Mumukshutva, etc. Vairagyam cha mumukshutvam tivram yasya tu vidyate tasminnevarthavantasyuhu phalavantas shamadayaham. even when the practices of Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, which we can practice on our own, but they are going to yield us the right results only when there is intense vairagya, intense dispassion towards objects that take us far away from the self, objects that are not eternal, nitya, that have only temporary joy that they give us. And mumukshutvam is the freedom, the desire for being free. Only when they are intense will all these qualities of vairagya yield their beneficial results. If they are not intense, we will also be blessed with some qualities in life, like calm person, being a very self-controlled person, being very focused in our work, then having a lot of faith in what we do, being able to bear and put up with difficulties in life, and having a calm state of mind. These qualities are very good, very appreciable to look at the most. But if it is not followed up with vairagya or dispassion and mumukshutva, the desire for freedom, only then these qualities will be applied in the pursuit of self-realization. Otherwise, they may be applied in the pursuit of this world, and we may achieve more successes in this world, and thereby we will be bound by the world again once more and be caught in the world of samsara. So the highest goal must never be forgotten. एतयोर्मन्दता यत्र विरक्तत्वं मुमुक्षयोः मरौ सलिलवत्तत्र shamadir These are all words of warning where we go on. It is very nice to cultivate shamadhi and other shama, dhamma and other qualities where we have a very excellent state of mind, and that excellent state of mind will help us in many achievements in this world. But mandata yatra, virakta or dispassion, rati means to be attached, virati means to be detached. Detached from objects of the pleasures of the senses, and not having enough mumukshutvam or not having an intense desire for liberation. In that case, cultivating these qualities like shama, dhamma, uparati, titiksha, shraddha, and samadhanam, the 6 qualities, will remain in us like the water in a desert sand. Water in the desert sand during daytime is actually not there. It is only a mirage. These qualities will be like a mirage. They will not be of any use to us. So these qualities are to be developed and cultivated for our final pursuit of liberation and not for intensifying our pursuits in the world. Again here, Bhagavan Sri Adisankaracharya gives us a very simple method, a method that we love, and it comes very easily and naturally even to a small child. That is bhakti, or just loving God, loving the Supreme, loving bhakti is of many kinds. Bhakti is for nature, love for God, love for our elders, love for our rishis and their works, love for society, love for animals, plants, and other beings. Everything is a form of love. And Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya says, this love is the most important input in our search for truth. When we search for truth with love, then our search becomes a very pleasant and pleasurable journey. Mokshakarana samagriyam bhaktireva gariyasi swasvarupānusandhānam bhaktirithyabhidhīyate. Moksha sadhana samagri. Among the tools that enable us to attain moksha, Bhakti is the greatest. Gariyasi means Bhakti stands tall among all the tools for moksha. It may be very strange that Adi Shankaracharya, the advocate of Advaita Vedanta, which says that everything in this universe is one. There is no difference between the individual ego and Ishvara and the Supreme. Everything is one. So that's Advaita Vedanta's core philosophy. When such an Acharya, based on this thought, has written the Bhashya or commentary on the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, and the Brahma Sutras, he is now talking about the importance of devotion. Just a minute, please. Switch on the laptop battery. He speaks on the importance of devotion, and everybody might take it lightly by saying, oh, even Adi Shankaracharya, finally he settles on devotion. Here he is giving a qualification in the next verse about what is devotion. We think devotion is going to the temple or sitting in front of an image, praying to that God, telling all our problems, then emptying our worries, telling about our anxieties, telling him that or her that I want this, I want that, please give me this, please give me that. That is not bhakti. That is just barter system. I give you this, Bhagavan, please give me this. In the Bhagavad Gita also, Bhagavan says there are 4 types of bhaktas. Artho, Jignasur, Artharthi, Jnani cha Bharatarshava, Tesham Jnani Nitya Yuktaha, Eka Bhaktir Vishishyate. There is a Artha Bhakta, the one who is suffering from something and he seeks a redemption from that suffering from Bhagavan. And so he prays, I've got this problem, that problem, I've got income tax problem, I've got financial problem, I have relationship problem, I have examination problem, I have friendship problem, any problem, I'm not getting a job. So whatever it is, we make our application to God. So that is Artha. When I have a problem, then I apply and I get a suitable reply according to my karma vasanas. Artha. The next type of devotion is Jignasu. Everybody is talking about this Krishna. Everybody is talking about this Rama. They say he is very great. People who are all very big in business, great in politics, or even in the administrative service. They may be even great journalists or lawyers, but they are very devoted and they are praying to some God. I want to know now what that God is. What are the qualities? What is it that these people are doing? And just very curious, nothing more except to know that they are very curious about knowing, Jignasu. Artharthi is business deal with God. I give you 1 lakh rupees, you give me 10 lakh. So entering into such a kind of trade deal with God is Artharthi. The 4th type of bhakta is the Jnani. The Jnani is one who knows who Bhagavan is and is just immersed in the thought with all love and love in his heart. At the same time, there's nothing to show, nothing to express, nothing to do, because that Bhagavan who is there outside, whom I worship, is also there within me. With that understanding, they worship Bhagavan, Jnani. So Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, Tesham Jnani Nitya Yuktaha Eka Bhaktir Vishishyate. Among all of them, the Jnani who is a Nitya Yukta, who is a very integrated personality and also has a knowledge about who I am in reality, in truth. I love that Bhakta, says Bhagavan. So here, lest we understand bhakti to be some form of worship or prayer or praying upon God, as Gurudev says, Preying, not Praying is prayer, praying. This is praying like a hawk standing on God and say, give me this, give me that, directing him and ordering him. It's not that kind of a devotion. Devotion is seeking the self, knowing the self. being devoted to that self. Swatmatatvanusandhanam bhaktirityapare jaguhu ukta sadhana sampannaha tattva jignasuratmanah. Swatma tattva anusandhanam. Some others say that it is bhakti to meditate, constantly think about one's own self. One's own self means that supreme power, that supreme energy in the presence of love is present in our own system, in our own being. It is the core of our personality. It is like a frozen form of life, frozen form of life energy, which is not seen to the naked eye, which is the core of this personality, which is living inside this body. That is what is called God, Supreme, or the Self. Being devoted to that self is called bhakti. Apare jaguhu ukta sadhana sampannaha tattva jignasu atmanaha. So, bhakti, knowing with all the qualifications, being eager to know about that self. Tattva jignasu. I want to know what is the truth. We always see, it's like, I want to drive a car. I want to have a car is one thing. I want to go deep into how this car is made and revel in the joy of the Creator who has given the brain and the intelligence and the ability and the capacity for so many human beings to cooperate together and bring this car out. That is called bhakti. Has ordinary love or wanting something is, I like the car, it is useful for me, I buy it, I drive it, I show it to everybody because it's very beautiful. But bhakti is to be able to see through the whole process, study the whole process, and marvel at the beauty of how that machine runs. So that is anxious to know the self, very eager to know the self, very curious to know the self, and then serve the teacher. Ukta sadhana sampanna tattva jigyasuhu atmanaha tattva jignasuhu. Know who I am in reality. And then what should they do? Upaside gurum prajnam yasmat bandha vimokshanam. They go to a guru. Upasidet. They approach a guru. Who is that guru? He is a prajna. He is a wise person. He is qualified in the matters of the world also. He is very sensitive about world news, world politics, how society functions, how to earn money, how to give money, how to run an administration. He knows about the world outside also, and he knows the truth also. Is a prajna. Prakarshena jnaha. Yasmad. For what reason I should approach the guru? I should not approach the guru to find out if there is a no confidence motion going on and what is happening, why all this is happening, what is the reason for this political crisis, what is the reason for that war, what is happening with this country, discussing global politics, world politics, cinema, cricket, and for fun's sake, it's okay. But that cannot be our main occupation when we sit in the presence of the guru. In the presence of the guru, the question we have to ask is, who am I? Jignasur Atmanaha. There is no one time that we can finish asking that question. It is a repetitive question, and there are so many answers from so many different dimensions that we can get from the guru. Yasmat Bandha Vimokshanam. By which means can I be free of this bondage? What is the bondage we are talking about? It is not the bondage of the body. The body is born, the body dies. But within the body, there is life, power, there is feelings, and there is thought. This thought is constantly coming to us from outside and from inside. because we have a lot of unresolved feelings and emotions inside us since our childhood that we have brought from previous births also, and in this present birth also we have accumulated a lot of unresolved emotions. These unresolved emotions have their own belief systems and patterns of thinking and working it out in the world, and these patterns keep generating thoughts. As long as these patterns are there, thoughts are going to be there. As long thoughts keep coming, these patterns will get intensified. These patterns are basically desires to enjoy things in the world outside, objects of the world outside. These are those patterns. Otherwise, there needs to be no reason for any pattern to exist. The soul, the Atma is pure. The present conscious mind, there is nothing that shrinks in the conscious mind. Everything is pure. But these patterns keep throwing thoughts at us all the time. We look through those thoughts, we think those thoughts are real, we get attached to those thoughts produce feelings, those feelings produce desires, those desires produce words and actions, those actions produce results, those results intensify our desires, and this is what we are caught in, that bondage of samsara. From this bondage of samsara, I seek the Guru to liberate me. I want to be liberated from this. And what are the qualifications of the Guru? Anybody cannot be called a Guru just because they name themselves so. Some people get the name Guru even when they are born. Some people are given the name Bhagavan when they are born, or Ishvara. It doesn't mean they become Guru or Bhagavan or Ishvara. Just because some baby has been named IAS, for example, or some baby has got casually the initial MD from their father, whatever it is, that baby doesn't grow up to be a doctor, and just because of those initials, or suppose the father out of a joy, he just calls his daughter or son IAS, and that will not make him an IAS officer. He has to work for it, study for it, pass the exams, attend the interview, and only then get that degree or title. In the same way, just because somebody calls himself a guru does not become a guru. What are the qualifications of a guru? Shrotriyo vrijino akama hato yo brahmavittamaha brahmanyuparata shanto nirindhana ivanalaha ahetu kadaya sindhur bandhuratmatam bandhuranamatam satam. Shrotriyo avrajinaha. The Guru is one who has studied the Shastras. The Shastras are the texts that point out the sadhanas that we can do towards liberation. Our Guru should have studied the Shastras and practiced them in his life and lived the Shastras in his life. Shasanat trayate iti Shastra. By giving certain rules, regulations, and directions to follow, the Shastras protect our mind from going in the wrong direction where we cannot find what we are thinking of finding. So, avrajinaha, a guru is a person who has not committed any sin, who is not of a very sinful disposition. The person, his actions, his thoughts and speech are always bordering within the limits of goodness and dharma. Akama hataha. He is not tortured by kama. Kama means I taken the vow to do a vrata for Ekadashi. There is somebody in my house or in the place where I stay is cooking up something for themselves and settling down to eat, much more so because I have taken up Ekadashi Vratam, and the whole thing belongs to that person. And Akama Hataha means Despite all the circumstance and situation, I should not let the torture of eating that food torture me or affect my tranquility of mind. I should just go ahead with my vrata very peacefully, despite what happens around me. Akama hataha. Yo Brahmavit tamaha. Brahmavit, one who knows the Brahman, Tara, Brahmavit, Brahmavit Tara, Brahmavit Tama. Brahmavit is the knower of Brahman. Brahmavit Tara is somebody who's greater than that in the level of knowledge. Brahmavit Tama is there is nobody else who can surpass him in that knowledge of Brahma Vidya. So he has achieved the heights of that knowledge, and there's nothing more to go or do after that. Brahmani Uparataha. His mind is always submerged in the Brahman, which means mind is always in the truth. There is no hankering, there is no agitation, there is no pain, there is no suffering, there is no irritation, there is no anger, there is no jealousy, there is no jumping about for anything, there is no excitement about anything, there is no shouting wow and oh and ah and ooh, because nothing excites that person who has brought the mind to abide in the Brahman, in the tranquil. If we have identified ourselves with the ocean and we have experienced the depth, the tranquility, and the beauty of the deep and vast ocean, we are not going to be triggered by the small waves that appear on the surface of the ocean. It's a Brahmavit, Tama, Shantaha. Even with all this deep understanding, deep realization, that Brahmavit doesn't allow his mind to break into waves anymore. It is always a case of Shanti. Shanti means there are no thought waves, there are no desire filled waves to rise up in the mind. Nirindhana Ivanalaha. He burns like a fire from which all the flame is very steady. If we are going on putting some firewood, the firewood starts burning and the flame becomes very erratic. But this is like a steady flame that is burning with no more addition of firewood inside. Ahetuka Daya Sindhu. Such a guru, he can be a very proud person, proud of his achievement, proud of his greatness, because only 1 in a million person can be in such a state of mind. When that person is like that, there is every reason for him to be very proud and very haughty and thinking that he's one up above the rest and all that. But no, he's not like that. He's a Daya Sindhu. He's an ocean of compassion. Ahetuka, without any cause, he has compassion. Sindhuhu, Bandhuhu, Anamatam, Satam. He is a friend of all those people who come and surrender to him, who come and fall at his feet, saying, "You are my refuge. Please take care of me. Please guide me and show the way. I will listen to what you do, what you say." And to such a person, he is a friend. He is a bandhu. He very easily and joyfully takes such disciples into his fold. Then, Tamaradhyadaya Sindhum Prakhva Prashraya Sevanaihi Prasannam Tamanuprapya Prached Jnatavyamaatmanaha. So when you meet such a guru, there is no need to search for a guru, because we can search with only our ignorance. We cannot search with knowledge. If we search with knowledge, then we don't need a guru, because we've already attained. The very fact that we are searching and we want a guru, it is showing that we have not yet reached there. If we have not yet reached there, we cannot really find out, have a quality check of who is a guru and who is not a guru. This person is a Hetuka Daya Sundam tick. This is a Shrotriya. He studied the Shastras. Another tick. Avrajina, I do not know about his antecedents. Maybe I will do a Google search about his Facebook inputs of the past, or Twitter, Instagram. I will try to do a Google search about what all content is there about him. No, we cannot find out such things. So till we get to meet a guru, or till we find out who our guru is really is, the guru may be there, but we may not know that that person is the guru. So until that happens, we can take any devata, like for example Bhagavan Sri Krishna, or Sri Rama, or Sri Hanuman, or anybody in the past like Vedavyasa. They're all powers in this universe who are available at our prayerful call. So they're all there for us. If we are not able to meet a living master, a living guru, we can take these gods for our guru, and we can continue on the path of dharmic sadhana. We can do that. And at one point of time, when the time is there, that Ishvara whom we worship, that Ishvara will send the guru into our lives. And here, the student is asking very tearfully, almost in 2 shlokas. And anybody who wants to find a guru, this is a prayer that they can do. So he's falling at the feet of the guru. He's praising the guru with all superlative words and asking him to please show the way, because he's suffering in this samsara. Swamin namaste nataloka baldho karunya sindho patitam bhavabdhau mamuddharatmiya kataksha drishtya rujvati karunya sudhabhivrishtya. Swamin, O Master, Namahate, I salute you, I worship you. Who are you? Nata Loka Bandho. You are the friend in need for people who come and surrender to you, salute you, and worship you. Karunya Sindho, you are an ocean of compassion. Sindhu is ocean, Karunya is compassion. Karunya Sindho, Patitam Bhavabdhau. I have fallen into this ocean of samsara, or bhava, or existence, or a tamasic existence. Tamasic existence means I do not know the true reality. I think this is a tree, this is a bottle, this is the floor, this is the ground. I think I'm a human being, I'm separate from everybody else. I don't have the knowledge of the truth. So I've fallen into this samsara, and because of that I'm suffering. Mam uddharatmiya kataksha drishtya. With the corner of your eye, kataksha drishti, mam uddhara. Rujvyati karunya sudhabhivrishtya. Rujvyati, with this straightforward nectarine grace of your compassionate eyes, lift me up. The Guru's grace of compassion falls on the disciple, and that very grace is enough to lift the disciple. So there is a very beautiful song in, I do not know if I have it here. Yeah. There's a very beautiful song in Tamil. I think it should, this is the compassionate grace of the Guru's eyes. விழி கிடைக்குமா பய கரம் கிடைக்குமா குருநாதன் சரணத்தில் நிழல் கிடைக்குமா விழி கிடைக்குமா. Will I get the grace of the vision of the Guru from a sidelong glance of the Guru? Abhaya karam கிடைக்குமா. Will I get the hand of blessing saying abhayam, don't worry, I am here to help you. Gurunathan Sharanathil Nidal Kidaikuma. Will I get a place at the feet of the Guru? அலை மீது அலையாக துயர் வந்து சேரும்போது அஞ்சாதே எனும் குரலை செவி கேட்குமானி, அஞ்சாதே எனும் குரலை செவி கேட்குமாம். When I'm being pushed by the waters, the waves of samsara, the waves of sorrow, will my ears hear that sound of the Guru saying, don't fear, I'm here. நிலையான அன்பு வைத்து எனதெல்லாம் உன் அடியில் வைத்து விழியோர படகில் எனக்கிடம் கிடைக்குமா, உன் விழியோர படகில் எனக்கிடம் கிடைக்குமா. Will I get a space in that boat which is at the corner of your eye? I just want that space. Will I get it? நிலையான அன்பு வைத்து, because I want to keep a lot of my love into you, all my love permanently, and whatever I have belongs to you. Will I get some space in the corner of your eye, in that boat of samsara, which is the corner of your eye? நங்கூரம் போல் குருநாதன் கடை விழியிருக்க இந்த சம்சார புயல் கண்டு மனம் அஞ்சுமாம். When the Guru's eye glance, the corner of the glance of the eye of the Guru is there like a sheet anchor for me, will I ever be afraid of this samsara, the winds of samsara, the typhoon and the gales of samsara? My mind will not be afraid of that. கோட்டி ஜன்மம் நான் எடுப்பேன் குரு உந்தன் அருள் இருந்தால், I will take crores of lifetimes. உனக்கென்றே உனக்காக என்னை ஆக்குவேன். I will make myself, I'll give myself, I will turn myself completely over to you. நினைக்காத துன்பம் பல என்னை வந்து சேரும் போதுன்னை நினைத்தாலே அபயம் தரும் கரம் கிடைக்குமா, நினைத்தாலே அபயம் தரும் கரம் கிடைக்குமா. The disciple is saying, even when all the sorrows are coming in search of me, all the sorrows that I can't even imagine, will I get your hand of grace when I just think about you? That is a song. And here that song has been written, maybe inspired by all these verses, by Bhagavan Adisankaracharya. Swamin Namaste Nataloka Bandho. You are the friend, you are the relative, you are the guide for all people who surrender to you. Karunya Sindho, you are an ocean of compassion. I have fallen in Bhavabdha, Patitam Bhavabdhau. Maam Uddhara Atmiya. Take me up, lift me high. By what? Kataksha Drishtya, with the corner of your eye of compassion. Rijvati Ati Karunya Sudha Abhivrishya. Karunya is a compassion. Sudha is nectar. Abhivrishya, raining your nectar of compassion on me, lift me up. Is a prayer to the Guru. Why is the student praying? Because the student has realized that he is on fire. His clothes are on fire. Hair is on fire. That is a time we will not be playing beautiful music. We will not be singing happily. Because everything is, we know that we are caught in a place called samsara where it's a point of no return. There's nothing very joyful about this world. Everywhere we go, we think we are enjoying, but actually what our brain is doing is, it is tricking us into forgetting all the miserable experiences and focusing on enjoying whatever we are enjoying, because the energy of this prakriti wants us to continue in this world. So in any office, they don't want all their employees to resign and go away. Even though they may not pay so much, even though they may not give so much, they want to retain their employees. So they give some, once in a while, they'll give some good kind measures or bonus or increments and all that to keep them. And looking at all this, we forget about the difficulties of the work in that particular company, or all the irregularities or impracticalities of the work, and we adjust and go throughout our life. So that is what we do with the world also. Durvara samsara bhavagni taptam dodhuyamanam duradrishtavatai bhitam prapannam paripahi mrityoho sharanyamanyat yadaham na jane. I do not know any other sharanyam. I do not know any other place for refuge. Durvara samsara bhavagni taptam. I am being burnt inside and outside by the samsara, by the changes between the 3 points from which I keep going is sorrow, delusion, and grief. Grief, sorrow, delusion. Delusion, sorrow, grief. I am being swinging like a pendulum between these. So I am in such a samsara which is burning me in and out. Duradrishtavataihi. This air of duradrishta or my own past karmas, that air, that invisible air is fanning this fire. And I really don't know what to do. Bhitam, I'm afraid. Prapannam, I've fallen at your feet. Paripahi, please protect me. Please save me from mrityu. Mrityu means not the death of the body, but the death of the intellect. I want to retain my intellect. I want to know who I am. Please protect me from that death. Sharanyam anyat yat aham na jane. I do not know any other place for refuge, any other sanctuary of refuge than you, O Guru. Saying thus, the student surrenders at the feet of the Guru. And what is that Guru? How does he approach such a student? Shanta mahanto nivasanti santo vasanta vallokahitam charantaham tirna swayam bhima bhavarnavam janan ahetunanyan apitarayantaham. Shanta. The Guru is a very peaceful person. It's not that he is very happy when the disciple is crying like this and coming at his feet. He doesn't feel proud about his own status, but he's calm because his calmness calms down the student also. He's a Mahanta. He's a very great person. He has discovered that his self is a self in all. Nivasanti Santaha. Such saints are living in this world who they go around this world like spring season. When spring season comes, Gurudev says very beautifully, when spring season comes, it does not go and tell all the clouds, hey clouds, come and gently hide the sun. It does not tell the sun, gently pass your rays through a thick strut of clouds so that people don't feel your heat so much. It doesn't go and tell all the trees, hey trees, come on with your blooms and fruits and beautiful fragrances. And does not tell the grass to grow, does not tell the birds to sing, does not tell all the people to be cheerful and happy. The spring season just comes and automatically everything is very beautiful and happy. Nivasanti Vasantavalloka hitam charanta. When such a Guru who has realized the truth, who is well versed in the Shastras, and who has got so much of compassion to guide disciples, when such a Guru comes, Vasantavat, it is like a spring season, and he moves about this world for Loka Hitam, for the welfare of the world. Tirnaha Swayam, he himself has crossed. He has got nothing to do with sorrow, delusion, and grief. Those kind of thoughts and feelings will not affect him anymore because he is very well established in the truth, which is beyond all this, beyond time, beyond space, beyond sorrow, delusion, grief, suffering. Tirna Swayam, Bhima Bhavaranavam. Bhima means very fearsome. Bhava means existence. Arnavam means ocean. Janan, then he has also crossed it. Janan, ahetunan anyanapi tarayantaha. Causelessly, he is also helping others to cause. You can even see on the roads sometime, when there is a youngster who has got some time to spare and he is there, he has crossed the road but there's a lot of traffic jam. There are some old people, there are some children, and there may be a visually challenged person also. He does not really expect anything in return. He just goes and crosses them all across the road, how many ever times he wants to do. If he has the time to spare, he just does that seva, does that service. In the same way, the Guru has crossed. He has achieved what he has to achieve in this life. And then he also helps others to cross the path. Anyanapi tarayantaha. So this is the nature of the Guru. We will continue from tomorrow, the 38th verse. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukinaha, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Boli Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. Hare Namah Parvati Pataye. Hara Hara Mahadeva. Hari Om.